but it means to be getting closer to your pinnacle of your career and your North Star. It might be this way. It might be this way. It can be every single direction if you want it to. But the most important thing is that you get closer to it. And I think that is the critical thing here, is as you think about your North Star, think about the role and how you get closer to it. Now, if you're a freelance, again, thinking about what you want to do at the pinnacle of your career might be doing exactly the thing you're doing now, but with a lot more success. Well, in this case, it might not be different roles that you're trying, but what you're looking to do is get more success out of the clients you're working with. So what are those steps that get you closer? If you're a makeup artist and your dream is to work with Beyonce, how do you get there? Well, you're going to have to work with individuals who will get you higher up, get you more paid, and get a better name for yourself out there. Building your reputation, working with better agencies, working with better production companies. And I think that is a very similar step. That's very similar in terms of the steps that someone in a corporation or organization is going to have to take to. I kind of made that bit up because I don't really know. It didn't make sense to you guys?
I agree.
Yeah? Okay, sorry.
Last
Can I just go back to that bit?
Yeah,
So I just want to tell that story again. I feel like I've got a sweat bead, but if you can't tell, it's cool.
Where? You
can't see it.
Okay, great. It's makeup is magic. Feel it. Now, if you're a freelance in the fashion industry, this also actually applies to you, because now if you're a freelance in the fashion industry, this also applies to you. While you might not be looking for different kind of jobs because you are a makeup artist and want to remain a makeup artist, well, fundamentally, you've got to get from where you are to working with Beyonce. How you do that? Well, there might be different agencies that you want to work with, different production companies, and maybe you can't work with the best production company in the world to begin with, but you've got to work your way up there. Who are the people and partners that you need to work with to make sure you get closer to your dream?
That's really good. The last part of this section is about that it also requires an element of dreaming and kind of coming back to that notion of putting your intentions out there.
Yeah.
I think that's quite nice. And you said about Tony.
Yeah. I have to admit, the first time I heard about mapping out my career was from a girl on my team at Nike. And I just moved over to America. I was an incredibly cynical Brit. And I actually laughed because I just thought it was hilarious that a 21-year-old had walked into my office and already knew what she was doing for the next 10 years. But in hindsight, A, she's been incredibly successful since. And secondly, I learned the lesson that actually really mapping out your journey and putting that intent out there matters. Because as she's gone on that journey, and while she was on my team, I knew exactly where she wanted to go. So as I was thinking about projects and I was thinking about work, I was always considering her, knowing her journey and the steps she wanted to take. That was really useful for both me as a manager and actually benefited her a great deal too. I needed to say that, I forgot about it. And what was the bit that we were going to talk about?
Dreaming.
Yeah. And there is an element of dreaming here and making stuff up, and that's totally okay. This map, for example, does not have to be perfect, but what I want you to do is really think about those steps that you would have to take to get there. And make belief a bit here. The most important thing is putting positive intent out there. We've discussed this idea of putting it out there in the universe. And when I've had people on my team, the most important thing is putting positive intent out there. When I actually build a team or join a team, it's the first thing I get people on my team to do is show me where they want to be in the next 10 years. Because as I'm working on different projects or have different experiences or work coming along, I'm very conscious of the people on my team and where they want to get to, and therefore choose them based on A, their ability, but B, also thinking about where they want to go to. So, for example, if there's someone on my team who's mapped out their journey and at some point they decide that they need to go and work internationally in Paris, well, if I've got a project in Paris coming up, then I'm more likely to pick them than I know, because I know it's something that they've really wanted to do versus someone who's never mentioned an international peace